Good evening, everybody. We are live here tonight with the Diehard Racing League, the JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series. Tonight, we'll be taking on Phoenix International Raceway here in beautiful Avondale, Arizona. Now we are in the final 3 minutes of practice here. So we're going to take a look out on the scoreboard here right now. We're seeing the fastest driver on the track being the 77 of Seth Schultz with the 26.737, followed by the 99 of Eric Mickey with a 26.781. Robert Barris from third right now with a 26.881. Jason DeVries from with a 26.919, and Chris Vitalis at 24 machine will round out the top 5 so far with a 26.925. Now, a lot of these guys were in the earlier Xfinity Cup race, and we had a little bit of fun there. And joining me as always in the booth, we have Mike Major and Freddie French. Now, you were racing out with me, and do you want to go into the little ordeal that we had there in turn one?
I guess I can, since I had the vantage point, and all you were doing was looking out your windshield when I hooked your bumper and turned you into the outside wall, disfiguring your car. I think we had some sort of traffic around us. With Phoenix the way it is, under braking, upsets the car. And I tried checking it up for you and didn't get quite checked up. Hooked that right rear and away you went.
I think the funniest part of it is I had almost 8 minutes to do it. Like 3 seconds the first time, 10 seconds the second. But I think iRacing got confused. We're running the same paint schemes, and you had the same left rear damage that I did, but later in the race you did do the alt F4 for the win, and then I later did it myself, so we both won.
Right. Yeah. I had to go get me the hot dog at the concession stand. I was getting hungry.
I was in line with that, and then realized that I was not going to get one in time, so I decided to go over to the hamburger stall. Got a couple of slices of we're ready to rock right here. What do you think these cars are going to do tonight? We know the A car is slick to begin with. It's Phoenix, so open dog leg, a lot of action.
All right, we're going to see a lot of tire spin come off here. I mean, a lot. It's going to be all about the throttle control. It's going to really, or 3 instead of 4. So there's three turns. Yeah, I think that we're going to see a lot of right rears get heated up and a lot of tire spin. I think the higher end pedals will show their money's worth here tonight.
Well, we do have 19 out of 20 entries to the race here. We're about 20 seconds away from kicking over into qualifying. I want to welcome everybody on the iRacing Live portal. Hope you guys stick around. This is going to be one heck of a race tonight here. We all know Phoenix is basically a mini Pocono. It's a very tricky track, and especially with the open dog leg. It's going to be a lot of the drivers that are staying above the yellow line. Are they going to have patience with the drivers that are touching the dog leg? We're going to find out here as the session state is now moved over, and we're going to enter qualifying. We'll have 10 minutes of qualifying, and then as always, we will get right into tonight's starting lineup. Take a look there at the 4 of Caleb Thompson. See Caleb rocking that Ryzen Ford Fusion there. And we see there our series sponsor driver there, the 76 of Josh Jones, rocking the JMR Outdoors Chevy SS. We see the 99 there, briefly of Eric Mick. There he is. Early on, we see the 99. He's going to take the pole there. Page 20. lock it down below trial. Now it is single car qualifying, so these drivers don't have to worry about other cars spinning out in front of them. But we see, looking at second right now, the 75 of Robert Barris with a 26.846. Caleb Thompson right now is third with a 26.945. The 76 of Joshua Jones currently in with a 27.017. And the 16 of Elliott Butler around the top 5 of the time, with 27.125.
All right, I was watching all of those top qualifiers there. Every single one of them is on the wild side coming out through there. Robert lost it going the first turn there, and so did Nicky. I think we just saw him loop it, just about loop it there, have to lock it down. They are running these things from the edge tonight.
Well, we all know with the gearing and depending on what their steering ratio is, we know the level of grip here is not American much. Robert and Caleb found out from running the NIS. Now, what if they go to the weather here? The track temp right now is 100.5 degrees. The air temp is only 74. Humidity, of course, with us still being out here on the West Coast swing with the American Aero Hunt Cup Series. We still have Auto Club doing it after this. You can tell that we're still in Arizona now with the 23 degrees of relative humidity. It's very dry, but yeah, we're still seeing very, very similar track conditions. Good look there at the 11 of Jeremy Evans. Right now Jeremy's being scored in 15th position. Now we take a look inside the top 5. The names have changed around a little bit. The 99 of Eric Mick still on pole. Second we have now the 21 of Jason DeVries with a 26.828. Robert Barris still holding down third with a 26.846. Josue Nelson, 24, now bumping down the pit spot as we see the 77 of Seth Schultz now taking over second position with 26.750. We see that 24 Exalted Chevy there as he makes it to the trial. 95 there of Caleb Finn. Right now Caleb is being scored in 15. That lap there will move it up to the 13. We still have 5 minutes and 45 seconds of qualifying remaining here. This race goes a little bit quicker than the Xfinity race, and given that these cars are a little bit looser, I think the drivers are going to be a lot more patient. We did see 5 or 6 cautions for the Xfinity race, which is to be expected, but these cars here handle totally different than the Xfinities, and same thing as if you were to bring it down to the Camping World Truck Series. Out of mind to try and not bring out a caution, and it unfortunately brought one out. There for the remainder. But while these guys are wrapping up solo qualifying, we're going to go ahead and bring out the U.S. Army Marching Band for tonight's national anthem. job, as always, by the U.S. Army Marching Band. So we should see the timer expiring shortly here in qualifying. We see that the 23 of Corey Brown has edged out the 99 of Eric Mick for the pole here with a 26.708. Now, Corey's one of the drivers that absolutely loves a loose car and a loose track, so I expect to see a lot of 23 machines tonight. I think we're going to see him up front, but he does have some stiff competition between the 77, the 75, and the 21 as well. You see right there, the 97 of Ryland Nolan gets a little loose there out of turn 4. Believe it or not, this track does actually have 4 corners. See the 97 sitting there. We're gonna actually go sit on board right here. There we go. Now we can see some other vehicles on track as we're back on board with the 97 again. Now, I think one of the coolest things that, like we pointed out last night while we were broadcasting the Cyber Racing Association's Homes Now Not Later Super Speedway race, we can now see the rev bar, the RPMs. We can't see the oil pressure, the water temp, the voltage, fuel pressure, any of that, but at least we can see the RPM gauge working now, the rev bar works. So we don't have to pull up the overlay for the rev bar. We can now just go to an in-car, or we can just do the driver drop-down for it. Gyro cam here. See a hard impact there to the inside wall.
Art, something to notice there with the gyro cam is it captures the banking and the lack thereof here at Phoenix.
Yes, it does. And now it does appear that we are going to start gridding up here. So we are going to get tonight's starting lineup rolling here. And starting on pole will be the 23 of Corey Brown with that 26.708. The 99 of Eric Mick will roll off in P2. Seth Schultz in the 77 will start from the 3rd position. The 21 of Jason DeVries will roll off from P4. Robert Barris in the 75 rounds out the top 5. The 7 of Paul Williams will start from the 6th position. Josue Tells in the 24 will be our 7th place starter. The 28 of Adam Nowinski will roll off from P8. Caleb Thompson in the 4 will start 9th, and the 76 of Josh Jones will round out the top 10. Joshua Stewart in the 22 will start from 11th tonight. The 11 of Jeremy Evans will roll off from P12. Elliott Butler in the 16 will start 13th. The 96 of Josh Gallagher will roll off from the 14th position. Caleb Finn in the 95 will start 15th. Ryan Nolan in the 97 will start 16th. James Brown in the 68 will be starting in 17th position. The 1 of Kevin Burris 18th. Rodney Kramer in the 6th machine will start 19th. Brian Den in the 20 will round out the top 20, and Jeffrey Meyer will round out the field in 21st. As we get ready here, lights should be out on the pace car as we get ready to get this race into the books here. Let's see if we see some new paint schemes. I know in the 77, Seth Schultz is rocking a new paint scheme. I pulled that one out of the booth about mid-week. The 76, that's another one of my paint schemes, but I think it's going to be interesting to watch this start here. But let's see what Corey does here on the initial start of the race. I know that 99 of Eric Mick is very fast, the 77 and both the 21 as well as the 75. But But pace car's down and away. Corey's going to lead us in.
Green, come on, come on.
Green
Come on,
flag
keep
is
coming there.
out.
Maintain lane 6.
Start there by the 23s. They was a little bit of a gap. Oh!
Caution's out, caution's out.
And we are under caution here. That's going to be between the 11 and the 16. We're going to go over and take a look here at the 11 of Jimmy Evans and see what happened. Run on the 76 and it just makes contact there with the 16. And that right there is enough to bring out our first caution. So hopefully, like I said, it's going to be a little bit interesting with cars. They're diving below the tri-oval and coming back up. Right there, that's the thing that I do not like about having the open dogway. Even if you're trying to race on the outside, as you saw, the 11 had the run on the 76, he had to check up for it, and when he turned in, like you would normally do, you have to take into consideration for the drivers that are down there coming back up off the tri-oval, and sometimes two cars meet in the same piece of real estate, and that's exactly what we saw there as we're working the first caution on lap 1. Hopefully we don't see too much more of that. I did expect to see a couple early on, but I think the drivers will get a handle on these cars pretty soon. But I think one of the key points that we really need to hit on tonight, it's going to be tires, tires, tires. As we're going to ride on board with our current race leader, the 23, you can see I absolutely love seeing that working tack. Take a look from the back, looking out on the gearbox camera. I don't know why they call it gearbox, it's just the rear TV now. We can take a good look there at the 21 of Jason Debris. You can see there the 77 of Seth Schultz. Now, I have to say that paint job was probably the most difficult one that I've ever done.
Green, green, green.
We're green.
Once again, Corey getting a good jump there on the restart. He's able to gap it out pretty good between him and his one on the 99. Further back, we're looking right now at 7 of Paul Williams, currently being scored in 6th position.
Then everybody's starting to make their way to that bottom line of the single file.
I think that's going to be the most important part. If they do that, they want to do a single file. You see the 22 there, Joshua Stewart looking to the inside of the 24 of Josue Tells. He's also got the 76 of Josh Jones there right behind him. Josue right now having to stick it there on the outside line.
That is not where you want to be in turn 3 or 4, whatever you want to call that turn.
As we saw right there, I did see a little bit of too much speed there out of the 22 of Josh Jones on corner entry to turn 1 there. kind of got that machine a little out of shape, which opened the door back up, let the 24 by, as now that he's under fire by the 96 of Josh Gallagher. Doesn't take much to get these tires mad, and that one slide, that's pretty much all it really takes to do it.
The 99 of Eric Mick is challenging Corey Brown on 23 machine for the lead as he is edging him out right now.
And as they come out of turn 4, he does have the momentum on the high side. He's going to get that position. And you got to wonder right now what's going to Jason's head. He's probably just sitting there riding along on 77, just letting these guys battle it out here. We saw last week that the 99 had an incredible short run speed, but it fell off later in the run as we saw Jason was able to save in that 21 machine. Let's see if this is going to happen this week too as well. So you see the 77 not really putting too much pressure on the 21, the 75 not putting that much pressure on the 77. So
and we'll see a little bump to the 21 by the 77 Seth Schultz, and Robert had to check up the 75 machine. Now he's on the inside of Seth as we go into this turn.
Turn 4. You see Seth is stuck there on the outside with Robert a little bit squirrely there coming off of turn 4. It's kind of going to equal it up, but as they go into turn 1, Robert should have the advantage since he will be able to dive down into that dog leg. But he's going to stay pressed up. Robert's not one of the guys that dives extremely deep in, which is something that I admire, because I really don't like it when people go almost all the way to the inside wall to try and make the pass, and then they come flying back up the track. It's almost like you lose focus that they were there, and all of a sudden like, hi, and you're like, oh no. But right now the battle's still going on, and Robert finally takes it, but we're going to see that the 77 try with the crossover as they head into the trial. Well, not going to happen, and that will move the 75 of Robert Barris up to 4th position.
Alright, looks like everybody's falling into single file. Just riding right now, trying to figure out this car.
Right, you say that. Yep, right as you say it, the 4 goes down to 28.
Let's be listening to the stream as we ride along here.
Now we see the 7 of Paul Williams. He's going to dive to the apron too. Thought he was going to have a run there, but he's going to have to back it up as he's got the 76 hot on his heels, and he's trying to chase down that 28 tide machine there about Lewinsky. Now we see the 76 of Josh Jones. He's going to look to the inside of the 7. He had to check it up a little bit there coming off of turn 4 to avoid contact, but great job. As once again, he's going to try to make that inside line work here. So you see, once again, the 76 is going to try and mount the charge again, going to 3 and 4. Running about a car to half a car lower on corner entry and center off. Right now, he just cannot get around that 7 machine of Paul Williams. Once again, as we go into turn 3, Josh is going to ride that yellow line and see if he can gain some ground here on the 7. But that right there is a tricky spot of the track to get back on the throttles. We see the 24 and I believe the 1 of Kevin Burst there get a little piece of the wall coming off of turn 4. Now you got to be careful when you exit off of turn 4 down there with your left side on the yellows, because that does tend to get the car a little bit upset, especially as you're applying throttle. So you already have to gingerly put your foot back on the gas. You have to do it even more so when you've got those left sides down below the yellow line. Right now, the lead, you see a little contact there between the 7 and the 28. And Adam's still trying to save that car. Great job by the 28, but that was a bump there by the 7 machine.
That was a good little battle art we had going for a few laps. We'd see them close the gap really fast, and right there I don't think the 7 could get on the binders just hard enough.
Now this, I would technically call this a short track since it's only about a mile. Do you think we're going to see maybe some short track tempers? I know that we're not going to see it on track because that's absolutely not tolerated here on most leagues for that matter, but you gotta wonder, the inner race car driver in everybody's head, is there gonna be some really bent drivers tonight after the race? I know we're only early on into the race here, only 19 in, but you gotta wonder if Adam's gonna forget about that, or if he's gonna remember that for the rest of the race.
Art, I think you're exactly right. You're not going to see anything. You're not going to see any retaliation in this league. That's something that's great about them. These guys are passionate about racing, and Adam will not forget how that was taken. We're not down there in the driver chat. 7 may have apologized there because it did not look like he intentionally got into him. But Adam's the top driver. He races you just like you race him.
And that's the kind of driver you have to be, otherwise you're just going to get either run over all the time, or people aren't going to notice. We see the one there blinking a little bit. That's about the third or fourth time I've seen the one car, but it looks like Adam's kind of falling off pace a little bit.
As we go back up front, Art, looks like Seth Schultz is caught back up to Robert Paris, and he is challenging him now for the 4th position.
As they head into turn 3 and 4 here. Also up front, we see that 23 Corey Brown is starting to gain a little bit of ground on the 99 of Eric Mick. Right now, there's about a half second, almost 0.6 of a second between the two cars.
Making that little extra lane up, trying to get a little bit extra run off and get paid off there for him.
Let's watch and see if Corey can get this car. I know they'll get up into the red line here after they come to the trioval as they enter the braking zone in turn 3 here. Right there, he hits 9,100 RPMs. Now that is a screaming race car. And we also have the 24 now of Jose Jealous. It appears to be off pace. Right now being scored in 12th. But it looks like both him and the 28 seem to be suffering. We know Adam definitely is going to be a little bit more worse for wear due to that slide that he had to correct in the bump of the 7 there. That did obviously upset the right side tires on that 28 machine, but we're kind of wondering what's going on with the 24 camp there. If he's maybe just slowing down the race pace here, so we do have 175 laps to go tonight. We're only 24 in, and if we stay green, the harder you push these cars, the more dramatic the fall off on the tires is going to be. And I don't think we're going to see a lot of drivers pushing it hard, but at the same time, if these front 2 or 3 cars keep running at the pace they are right now, it's only a matter of time of, okay, do I stop saving and actually start going now? Because track position is going to be key here, and I wouldn't rule out that some of these drivers might start coming down for a scheduled green flag pit stop and then get the worst thing that could happen, and that would be a caution to come out right as they're pitting, and they would end up getting trapped a lap down, which we've seen happen all the times in the official series, and we've seen that happen a lot in Cyber, where we see green flag pit stops start to happen, a whole group would come down, and all of a sudden there'd be a caution at the other end of the track. But luckily with them, they've run on the biggest tracks, so usually it's not too often of an occurrence. But here we run everything from the super speedways all the way down to the half miles.
We're starting to see these cars starting to get a little happy coming off these turns. We know some of these guys have heated up those back tires, and the harder they run, the worse it's going to get. I don't know how much you can save here, Art, but it's just going to be tricky getting off the turn as to getting into the turn.
So right now, we've got a battle for the lead now. The 99 coming under fire by the 23 of Corey Brown. We saw that earlier, Corey was starting to reel in that 99 machine. Now, once again, this is 28 laps. This is still a short run. So are we seeing a repeat with the short run speed out of the 99 campus? Now we see 23 looking low here. I know Corey is fast with a loose car, so right now he's got to be happy as he can be. But right now he's looked like he was going to make the run there, but he's still got that nose tucked to the inside. I think he's playing a little bit of games right here, trying to see if he can get the 99 to use up a little bit more of those tires. And going back to the whole tire aspect, this track in particular is one of the more trickier tracks to get onto pit road, especially under green flag conditions. As with the dogleg there, you don't have, per se, like Charlotte, Kansas, Kentucky, any of those where you can see the entrance to pit road. The entrance is tucked away there right off of turn 4. The only thing you can see, and it's usually too late when you see it, is those the yellow water barrels. We call them water buffaloes.
Yeah, pit road, the white line actually starts right as that turn straightens up, and if you raced here, you're watching it, you can imagine how hard that is to get down because you're extremely tight. At the same time, if you're getting on the throttle, you're extremely loose spinning those back tires, so it's going to be very tricky. If it was me, I'd probably put a little late just to see if any of these other guys don't mess it up.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
And we saw that one live right there. The 75 Robert Barris got a little bit loose going into turns 1 and 2. That's going to bring out our second caution. But I guess that it's not going to be what the 99 and 23 want to see, because that's going to level the playing fields, as undoubtedly all the drivers are going to come down for 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles and top off the tank. But we're going to go ahead and take another look there. There's no damage to the backside of that 21 machine, so we're going to see from the 75's point of view just what exactly happened. Well, it looked like netcode almost there. We saw the car start to move, but it looks like he might have just drove the car in there a little bit too hard. We're going to go on board with 77 Seth Schultz and back it up and watch from his point of view. As we are riding on board, this is out of turn 4. We see Seth putting a little bit of counter into that wheel to keep the car from going. Now we can see right here. Oh, there it is right there. It just starts getting into a slide and it just hooks dead to the right into the wall. So unfortunate for the 75 of Robert Barris. But that's right there, exactly what we were talking about. It's gonna get kind of bad.
That's unfortunate for Robert, and that is unusual for him. Normally he can catch those slides with ease. That just tells you how difficult it is here at Phoenix, and the throttle and brake control that you must have lap in and lap out here.
This is what happens when you get a track that is very aggressive on the tires. You get a hot track, you get a car that's already naturally loose. It doesn't matter if you are Dale Earnhardt reincarnated. Sometimes there's things you just cannot control, and that's what we saw there with the 75. The car went into a lazy slide, and then all of a sudden, it's a slide we've seen several drivers, and we saw earlier in the race, the 28 of Adam Nowinski. He was able to correct that after he got the bump there from the 7, but all of a sudden we saw that 75 just turn dead right hard into the wall, and that's unfortunately something that you have no control over as we get ready to see the field come down pit road here. As I'm looking through the top 10 here as we're on lap 35, we see the 6 of Rodney Kramer. I wonder if he's staying out there to lead a lap or if he won the race off of pit road, but I do think we're going to see the 6 coming down. He's going to stay out there just to get that bonus point, as he is going to take that 6 machine down pit road. So once they cross the stripe, we'll go ahead and run through the top 10 here. Hopefully the lights on the pace car will be getting ready to go out. We can double the field back up, get them ready to restart, as they are going to do so. So restarting with the lead will be the 99 of Eric Mick, Corey Brown on the 23 on his outside. 77, Seth Schultz, third. 21 of Jason DeVries will restart fourth. 76 of Joshua Jones, fifth. Paul Williams in seventh, sixth. For Caleb Thompson, seventh. 22 of Joshua Stewart, eighth. 96 of Josh Gallagher in ninth. And Adam Lewinsky in the 20th is going to round out the top 10 as the pace car is making its way through the dog leg right now. We're less than half a lap away from restarting here, and I expect to see a pretty good battle here, as we know the 99 is going to control this restart. The initial start is on iRacing's green flag, but now every single restart is dictated by the race leader.
The 75 with Robert Harris did get back on track hard. That car is deep. I don't know if you have a camera angle of it when we get started going again, but don't look too far down on power.
Green.
It doesn't sound good.
As we see a good jump there by the 99, but how long is that going to last? As we see the 77, he dove it in there, but now Corey's going to try and set his sights on the 99, and as you had mentioned, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 75 Robert Barris. We're going to get the camera angle to see just how bad the front end of that 75 Chevy is. Look from the rear chase view, you can see it's pretty mangled on the right and the left, and a fairly good dent looking up in the center of the hood. Looking from behind, it's nice and clean for the most part. I see a little bit there, but as you can see, predominantly just.
At the 76 of Josh Jones, he got caught up on the apron there just a little bit. Lost position to Adam Lewinsky in 28. Possibly losing another spot to the 96.
Josh Gallagher right there. Now he's under fire, 3 wide by the 97 of Ryan Nolan.
These drivers have got 4 fresh Goodyears under them, and they are driving the wheels off of them.
You see a little bit of front right damage there on the Ford machine of Caleb Thompson, and he might have got a piece of the wall.
All right, I think we're going to see that on a lot of cars tonight.
Hopefully most of them will get fixed, and I know that's not really, well, we all know that's not going to really affect these cars here with it being a short track, and it's not aero dependent. But if he hits that wall too many times, you run the risk of doing suspension damage, and if you start damaging that spindle there, then you're asking for trouble. They go back to the focus up front here. We've got the 23 of Corey Brown looking to the inside of the 99 of Eric Nick as they head off into turn 3 here.
Yeah, they've been riding side by side now, Art, for just over a lap, and neither one of them wanting to give it up.
You see Corey side slide dirt tracking that car out of turn 4. That's going to burn those right sides up quick, but we all know this is Corey's specialty. He's right in his wheelhouse right now.
Oh, you know he's smiling, because when he does setups, he makes them about like this anyways.
I know I can't drive them. I can't drive a loose car, and especially at a track like Phoenix here, where it's naturally loose. But that was definitely an impressive drift there out of turn 4 last lap by the 23. See, he's going to look once again to the inside in turn 1. You see him sliding again. He's going to have to fight it all the way down to the apron as he saves it. Incredible save there by the 23. If that was anybody else, that car would have been gone, but Corey was able to save that machine. Now we know, don't have to ask or think the question anymore. Those tires are going to be very, very angry at Corey now.
Oh yeah, I believe they're screaming at him. And I think Corey knows that, and I think we'll see him back off a little bit here and see if he can't save, knowing that he run him down a while ago within just 20 or so laps. I think he'll try to keep enough pressure on him, the pressure of the 99 machine, but I think we'll see him starting to back off a little here.
I don't know how much we're going to see the pressure being applied, as he's going to have to wait several laps for those tires to cool down and not be as greasy. But once again, incredible job by the 23 saving it in the tri-oval there. I expected to see that car make a hard exit stage left, but great job by Corey putting the counter wheel into it and keeping that 23 under control as we are coming to lap 46 here.
Just a little bit further back in the pack art, I'm looking at Paul Williams. Him, the 22, the 4, and the 28, they all have had a pretty good little battle going for 5th, 6th, and 7th.
We see now the one of Kevin Burris. He's trying to look to the inside of the 76 there. Josh Jones. Right now, Josh up on the high side. Kevin should be able to clear as we see a little bit of dirt track in there out of the 97. And oh, it looks like you can see that it appears that the 76 might have gotten to the outside wall there. There's some pretty good scuffing there to the right front. There's some fender damage there, and also as well on the 97 machine there of Ryan Nolan. You can look at the left front splitter. It's actually bent up almost like that carbon fiber, which technically should not bend, but that carbon fiber looks like it's tweaked up there on that left, or excuse me, the right front of that 97 machine.
Looking for the rest of the pack art, everybody's kind of minding their P's and Q's and riding in a straight line here. Just about everybody mirroring the car in front of them, running that same line, trying to save all they can on these tires so they don't make them angry. I believe several folks realized earlier that the harder you drive it, the more this car tends to slide and spin coming off 4. I think everybody's starting to try to figure this car out.
As we saw there last lap there, the 16 of Elliott Butler, he got a little bit sideways there behind the 97 coming out of turn 4. Now we see the one of Kevin Burris looking to the inside of the 28 of Adam Lewinsky. He's going to take that spot away. That is for the 8th position.
He's marching forward.
That's 9 spots up for the 1 machine there, so he's definitely on the move here after getting those 4 fresh Dr. Feelgoods on that Ford Fusion. Now he's going to set his sights on the 4 of Caleb Thompson.
That's a good looking paint scheme Caleb Thompson has on that with that rising.
Look just a little bit better if he didn't have that right front damage on it, but nonetheless a sharp looking car there. As we see once again the one looking to the inside, and both cars a little bit of a twitch there, the 4 and the 1 both a little bit of a side slide.
That's what we call just a little bit of ground to the 4.
And I think we're seeing now, remember last week, the 4 of Caleb Thompson was in a flat car, which he was supposed to be in this paint scheme, but he had the wrong one selected, and unfortunately last week he did not finish the race. His motor expired on it, and hopefully he's going to have some better luck here in Phoenix with the correct paint scheme on that machine.
I believe that has more to do. I believe he meant to rock the black paint scheme last week, or I think he's trying to change his, I guess, karma up here. He said he wanted to run back to the oranges. We know he's always ran out orange car. As the 1 dives it down up underneath the 4 of Caleb Thompson as we speak.
And as we see also the 22 of Joshua Stewart trying to put some pressure there on the 7 of Paul Williams. So we got 2 little battles going on right here between the 22 of the 7 and the 1 of the 4. We are working the lap 54 here at Phoenix International Raceway. Once again, we want to welcome everybody on the iRacing Live portal. If you're just joining us now, we are live here with the Diehard Racing League's JMR Outdoors American Tarot Hunt Cup Series. As we look back up front, 23 Corey Brown once again is knocking on the back door of the 99 of Eric Mick as they go through trioval here. After that almost impossible save that Corey pulled off earlier, it's not surprising to see that he's backed off long enough to get a run back on the 99.
I just watched 22 of Joshua Stewart go around the 7 of Paul Williams. The 1 has got around the 4 of Caleb Thompson as well. So those battles are finally, after several laps, completed.
And as we see the one get a little piece of the wall there coming off the turn too, that's not going to really affect them much, as that was a very, very minor wall touch. Look, you can see just a very, very, very slight amount of damage to the left or right front fender of the one machine. But like we said earlier, that the arrow's not going to hurt the car here as long as you don't hit the wall too many times and end up damaging your spindle or any of the steering components to where it just develops an awful push. You get the worst of both worlds. You get the tightness and the looseness, the natural looseness of the track and the car, but then you factor in that your right suspension's damaged. That gives you two of the worst possible things you can get here at Phoenix.
Looking just ahead of the leaders there, Art, you got James Brown. He's a little bit slow. We know that he had some issues this week with technology and getting some new monitors or something set up, and he hadn't been able to turn many practice laps as he's a little bit off the pace. And the 99 and Eric and Corey, his son, is going to be catching him here very shortly.
As we take a look there at the 68 Red Bull machine of James Brown. Now him and the 75 of Robert Barris are the only two cars a lap down right now. James Brown in 21st, Robert in 20th.
Going back and looking at Robert, he's down a little power. I think that car's going to handle him just like he wants to. I'm actually with me after smacking the wall like he did. But he is gaining a little bit of ground on Josue in the 24 machine.
Cut a nice little side slide there out of the 4 of Caleb Thompson as he came out of turn 4 that last lap. We're going to be coming to lap 61 here. Leaders just took it. Do a little brief summary here. We are 60 laps in out of the scheduled 175. We've had 4 lead changes and 2 cautions for 7 laps. Our current race leader, the 99 of Eric Mick. Right now, I keep refreshing the most exciting camera, and it's staying right here between the 1 of Kevin Burris and the 4 of Caleb Thompson here.
I just cycled through the entire field, Art, and this is the closest battle we've got going. These cars are basically running the same lap time, one edging out the other, and each lap just by thousandths of a second.
Now that's the time that I'm actually used to dealing with. Is last night during the Cyber Racing opener at Daytona, we had one lap in particular that was given to the driver by 1/1000th of a second. We could not tell the difference when those trucks crossed the line who had taken that lap until it showed us on the telemetry, and then when we saw that 0.001, that is about as close as it gets, other than a couple of the memorable real-life NASCAR finishes where we've seen some .000 finishes, but somehow they managed to claim the winner out of it. We continue to watch the battle here between the 1 of Kevin Burris, the 4 of Caleb Thompson. We see the 76 of Joshua Jones starting to creep into the picture there now. I give a shout out there to Jim Peterson over in live chat. He's the series sponsor for the Cyber Racing Association, and some breaking news out of that. We used to run the Monday night series. It is officially drafted today. I spoke with the league owner, Dwayne Cooper, that we will be finishing out the last 2 races of the season for the Monday night series with Cyber Racing and picking up as they go into their next season. So now we will be doing the Cyber Sweep on Saturday and Monday. So we will have non-stop racing action Saturday, Sunday, and Monday nights here on Diehard Live TV. We check in up here at the front. We see nothing much has changed. Corey's still riding the back bumper of that 99 machine. Look a little bit further back, the 77 of Seth Schultz, about a second and a half off of Corey there.
Throughout the whole field arc, we only have one battle, it looks like right now. That's the 2020 and the 96. Josh Gallagher and Ron Dennis, the 20 is finally going to make his way around the 96 Josh Gallagher.
And we do have one retiree out of the race, 68 of James Brown. He did not get much track time in or practice this week due to technical issues with his monitors. He has taken that 68 machine behind the wall. They're going to load it on the hauler, and luckily they don't have far to go. They only have to drive from here to California for next week's race at Auto Club.
We got Ron Nolan underneath the 28 Adam Lindsay.
We can see it. Every time I look at that 97, one thing that's very prominent and sticks out, and it does not seem to be hurting me at all, is that right front spoiler, how it's just lifted up like that. I'm not used to seeing a splitter lifted up. But like we said, damage, especially to the aero department on these cars, is not going to hurt here, as we're definitely seeing this in the 97 continue to march. Now, Adam is still slowly sliding back there, and he's currently now being scored in 11th position after the 97 there of Ryan Nolan, won around him 410.
These top four guys I've watched them and kept up with them for this stint. They have not moved really since the start of the race. Everybody's kind of, we got Eric, Nick, and the 99 and Corey Brown, who have maintained about their same gap since Corey Brown's miraculous save, and then further back you got Seth Schultz in that freshly painted Fight Cancer machine, and he's maintained about the same gap, as well as Jason DeVries. That you're not seeing much there. I don't know if they're all saving or just right now and logging laps, but it doesn't look like any of these guys are being super aggressive right now.
What I'm going to chalk this up to now is we've had several green flag laps, and what this is the tires have equaled out now, and the lap times are going to start slowing down. Everybody's gotten single files. We see a little bit of a twitch there out of the 4 as he comes out of turn 4, but the tires have pretty much fell off now, and everybody's pretty much got to slow down, and this is what's going to dictate the race pace here, is the harder you push the car, the slower that you're going to have to go through the corner, and the easier you're going to have to get back on the throttle, and that's how we've seen the people that have been able to save the tires. They've gotten up there and gapped it out, and you see the drivers that have kind of used their stuff up. So far we're looking at a 1.5 seconds fall off from fresh tires. So these drivers definitely are starting to burn some of it up. So we can see some of the marbles there up in the dog leg, and as they go to turns 3 and 4, if you look up in the corner, you're going to start seeing all these black particles built up against the safer barrier there. That's all pieces of rubber off of these Goodyear Eagle race tires. So we see once again there, the 28 and the 20, almost like somebody dropped some oil coming out of turn 4. Both cars doing the same exact thing, a little bit of dirt tracking off of turn 4. As we see these tires continue to wear out more and more, we're going to see more and more of these cars dirt tracking as they come off of 4.
All right, I just spoke with Caleb in the 4 machine, and he was trying to get a read of what's going on with the tires and everything. And he said right now it is an absolute handful, and some of it's to do with that damage he does have on the right side. He said it is affecting his car pretty bad.
And meanwhile, as that was going on, we saw the 1 of Kevin Burris go to the inside of the 7 of Paul Williams.
Caution is out, caution is out, caution is out.
I think this is what all the drivers have been looking for right here. They need that. And it looks like it's going to be the 28 of Adam Wilski. So let's go on board with him and see what happened. So here he is coming off of turn 4. He's way down into 1 and 2. Didn't look good so far. No contact with the safer barrier. He rides to the outside. Oh, it just gets loose there in the tribal, locks it down, and ouch. That safer barrier did not look too safe there, as you see the extensive damage on the hood there, but that is enough to bring out the caution. As we see the leaders getting ready to come down here and get a set of Goodyear Eagles and a full tank of fuel.
Art, you know, now everybody's kind of taking a breath and kind of grateful for this caution. Everybody's able to relax those hands. We saw a couple of guys having a handful. Maybe they're able to reach over and get them a drink and take a quick breather while they get their car service here.
All right, let's watch these guys here as they are in their stalls. Undoubtedly, there's going to be 4 tires. You see the 23, he missed his pit there as we can see my guys there, which is the one thing that iRacing has not fixed. They've given us the gauges, but you can see my pit crew is standing in Corey's pit box. So maybe that's the reason why Corey missed the stall. He's got my pit crew.
Art, it's actually hard. Getting on pit road, we talked about, and it's hard to get on under green flag run. It's hard to get in the pit stall as well with the new update where you can be too far to the left or right a lot easier. That gap is not as wide as it used to be, and it's curved. That pit road there towards the end, the last, I don't know, 6-7 stalls are curved, so you have to really get in there. You can be too far to the left or right, and it will not service you.
Well, it used to be, in the old days, the only thing that would happen is you would get too far forward. But now that we do have the animated pit crews, like you said, you can be too far left, too far right, too far forward, and now even too far back. So, and I think another thing with it being a curved pit road, another big factor on that is even if you know that you have the number 1 box, you still have to be able to see your pit board sign. And now with the animated pit crews, that board drops down to the ground at your stall instead of staying up in the air like it used to, hanging over. So that's definitely a hard thing to see as you're coming around a corner.
And as we saw running the Xfinity race, the A-pillar, it gets in the way of the actual sign as you're making that curve. You can't see, but maybe one of your guys standing out on the end, you basically have to know where your pit stall is, or have like Z1 counting you down as you go down pit road. We do see that the 23 has lost several positions from that pit incident.
2nd to 7th, and that's going to lead us as we are 1 to green here field, doubling back up. The 99 of Eric Mick still our leader, winning the race off the pit road. The 77 of Seth Schultz 2nd, 22 of Joshua Stewart 3rd, 21 of Jason DeVries 4th, 7 of Paul Williams 5th, 1 of Kevin Burr 6th, Corey Brown, as we stated, 7th position. The 97 of Ryan Nolan 8th, 96 of Josh Gallagher 9th, and Brian Dent's going to round the top 10 here as the pace car makes its way into turn 3. The 99 of Eric Mick will once again lead us into the restart zone. This time he will have the 77 of Seth Schultz to his outside. Let's see if Eric can get the jump on this restart like he did the last 2, and let's see what Jason does behind him.
I'm going to keep my eye machine on. He is going to be hungry to get back to the front.
As once again we see a great jump there by the 99 as he's able to get out in front of the 77. Now we see the 21 of Jason DeVries as he's going to look to the inside of the 77 Seth Schultz. As they head off into turn 3, Jason's still the advantage. He's got the low line that's going to push Seth up to the high side. Jason will get the position as they come out of turn 4, as we see a little bit of a bumper touch there, as we see the 23, the 7, the 97, as they all fan out there on the front stretch. Now that's going to give these guys a little bit of breathing room. They're looking for a second, like the 22 of Joshua Stewart there had a little bit of a run for the 77.
And Corey has made his way up to 5th already. He just went around the 1 of Kevin Burris and now has the sights set on the 22.
Meanwhile, we see the 97 there of Ryan Nolans. He's trying to look at the inside of the 1 machine of Kevin Burris. He was not able to do so, so we've also got the 20 of Brian Den on the inside of the 16 of Elliott Butler. He's made that pass. He's going to try and go for a 2-fer with the 7 of Paul Williams. Now we see the 7 down on the inside. He's going to try and take a look at the inside of the 96 there of Josh Gallagher.
How long can these guys ride side by side?
No, that depends on how long they want to continue to burn those tires up. I see the 96 wide do 1 or 2 here. That should have gave the run to the 7. Now if he drops down below the apron, he can get the drive off, but not enough to seal the deal yet. He's still going to have to gain a little bit more time, as you see the 96 there able to get back to the throttle a little bit sooner. But you also get to the wall a little bit sooner there running the outer line, as both the 96 and the 16 are pinned there on the outside by the 7 and the 20.
Yeah, this is almost a rolling roadblock for the 20 and Brian Den as the 7 finally clears the 96 machine. He's been burning up his tires right behind him this whole time with the 16 of Elliott Butler on the outside of it.
We see it's still too wide between the 20 of Brian Den and the 16 of Elliott Butler as they come off of turn 4. You got to wonder what's going through the heads there of the 24 of Josue Tellis and the 76 of Josh Jones. As we saw there the last lap, they were extremely close. I think he could maybe fit a small USPS flat rate boxer between those 2 cars, but other than that, this has got to be a little bit hairy now, as we see that's dissolved. The 16 was going to try and make a run at the 96. Now we're going to see potentially the 24 of Josue Tellis start looking to the inside of the 20. Maybe that 20's used up a little bit more of those tires than he wanted to running that inside groove, as you are a lot more committed to running and maintaining your groove down there in the bottom versus being on the high side where you've got a little bit more flexibility.
Seen the 7 go around Ryan Nolan there for 7.
We're still looking here at the battle between the 16, the 20, the 24, and the 96. See the 16 there diving down on the trial, or the dog leg in there, same thing pretty much. Except one has grass, one doesn't. Now the old Phoenix did have grass. It'd be a little bit more interesting if these guys were making the pass in the grass on old Phoenix, but that track, you know, is a lot bumpers. We see a big side sway there out of the 4 Caleb Thompson that time out of turn 4. No contact with the wall. Once again, the 16 is going to come under fire by the 20. It was a little wide through turns 1 and 2, and now we see the 76 had a little bit of a run there on the 24 of Josue Tellis. He had to back it off there. We see still the 20. He's trying his hardest to get around that 16 machine. He just cannot make it happen yet.
This is a little bit of a bottleneck for all these cars, Art, with these fresh tires. They're all wanting to go. It's really hard to pass, as we can see here at Phoenix. You really have to time it out and plan it out. I tell you what, the 76 machine is looking strong tonight with that JMR Outdoor machine.
We're going to go on board here with the 23 Corey Brown. I want you guys to see just exactly how much wheel Corey is putting into this car off of turn 4. Counter steer. You see the RPM's fall about 5,500. And a little bit of a twitch there, but we're going to ride on board for a couple laps here with the 23 and see if he can dirt track that thing for us. And directly in front of him will be third and second position, the 77 of Seth Schultz and the 21 of Jason DeBree. There's that counter steer. See how far that wheel had to go to the right? He had the thing almost 90 degrees to the right to keep that thing going left. Corey, I guarantee you he's loving every minute of this right now, even though any other driver, that would scare them to death.
He's actually looking at a really good battle for second place with the 21 with Jason DeVries and Seth Schultz and the Cancer Machine. It's a pretty good battle there for second place.
We got a battle going on here between the 24 of Josue Tellez and the 4 of Caleb Thompson as they come off turn 4. He was looking strong on the inside, had to back it off there as we see the 76 of Josh Jones. He's still trying to get up to the back bumper there of the 20 of Brian Den. This might be a potential 3-car battle here between the 76, the 4, and the 24 as we see Josue dive it in there again in turn 3. Now, interesting thing to note is the 16 machine there of Elliott Butler was involved in the first caution that was brought out on the very first lap, and right now he's sitting in the top 10. He's in 10th position, so that right there shows exactly that you can have a jacked up hood, your front bumper tore all up, spoilers messed up. That doesn't affect the cars here. As long as you don't have any engine damage, or like we found out when you interviewed Caleb there in the car, that he had a handful because of the damage from hitting the wall there. As long as you don't have any suspension or engine damage, your car can be tore up from the floor up and it's still going to be fine to drive around this track. As we see the battles kind of died off between the 24 and the 4 right now. Now we see the 76 of Joshua Jones. He's starting to put a little bit more pressure there on the 20 of Brian Den. As we're continuing to stay back here where all the action is, out front, the 99 of Eric Mick has a almost 2-second lead. It's at one, now it's at a 2-second. So he's checking out right now with right around a 2-second lead as we are now on lap 99 here. So we've got 77 more laps to go. As the battle is still going on back here, we've got the 16 looking to the inside of the 96. Elliott Butler trying to go for that 9th position now.
Art, further back in the pack, we've got a three-car battle. We got the 75 Robert Barris going around the Adam Lewinsky 28 machine as Caleb Finn was also in that. He come out in 17.
Now we are still seeing the battle happening here. Now we're going to be 3 wide to turn 1 as the 20 and the 76 split the 96 and the 16. Great move there by the 20 and the 76. Now we still see the 16 Elliott Butler trying to work over the 96. We saw that did open the door for 2 drivers to get through. That was the 20 and the 76 by. As once again there, just as we were panning off frame, you can see the 28 of Adam Limsky dirt tracking it off of turn 4. We see a little bit of looseness there out of the 16. That's going to allow the 4 of Caleb Thompson to get by him as he's still loose as he was going through the dogleg there. That's going to put him under fire now by the 24 of Josue Tellez as they come through 3 and 4.
That's making those rear tires very hot, and that's where he is applying the throttle, the loud pedal there, and the back tire saying, no, I'm not going to.
And now we've got the 4 of Caleb Thompson looking at the inside of the 96. This is the battle for 11th position right now. Caleb does have it. He's just got to get through turn 4 and clear the 96. Still not quite able to do it yet, but should be able to do it once down in turn 1 as he is now going to be clear. See if the 24 of Josue Tellez has anything for that 96 machine. While we stay green flag here, a quick run through in the top 10, and still the 99 of Eric Mick out front with a 2-second lead over second place in 21 of Jason DeVries. The 77 of Seth Schultz in 3rd, Corey Brown in the 23. We saw dirt tracking that car earlier. In 4th, the 22 of Joshua Stewart 5th, The 1 of Kevin Burris in 6th. 7 of Paul Williams in 7th place. 97 of Ryan Nolan in 8th. 20 of Brian Den in 9th. And the 76 of Josh Jones in around the top 10 after we saw both of those drivers make a power move 3 wide against the 16 and the 96 a few laps ago.
All right, these guys are putting on a great show for the Damar Outdoor sponsor. Not very many cautions. This car is slick and hard to drive here. I know these guys are starting to make it look easy here. But as we are noticing some of these cars come off the turn, they are starting to get a little happy with the rear end. The tires are starting to give up some of that grip.
Well, as the rubber's getting laid down on the track, that's going to add a little bit of grip to it, but with the heat that these tires are building up from not getting a lot of cool down period on the straightaway, seeing how they literally, it's almost like a giant Oxford Plains. If any of you guys out there are on iRacing and you run Oxford Plains, you know that the only place that you have a straightaway is the backstretch. Well, take Phoenix and flip that around. The only place that you have anywhere where you're not putting a load or any pressure and building heat on the tires is that front straightaway. As the rest of the time you are turning left continuously. We're going to go on board with the 99 machine, our current race leader. You see a little bit of a sway there, but still gap back to the 21, 2.3 seconds. Take a listen. Listen to the throttle control as he goes into 3 and 4 here, and then 1 and 2. There, that time in turn 3, right around 9,000 RPMs, about 100, 200 off what we see on fresh tires, but still, we see massive counter steering there to keep that car straight, or going straight on the track. As these drivers continue to keep going here, we're going to see a lot more of this. We go back a little bit further here, the battle for 12 and 13 between the 96 and Josh Gallagher and Josue Tellez here. Josue had to check up there. That's going to open the door up a little bit for the 16 of Elliott Butler, but I'm thinking right now these 3 guys here, they have just about flat out wore out those Goodyear Eagles.
Yeah, Art. I've been watching the 24, 96, and 16 here. The 24 is a wicked boost coming off the turns there.
And as we are now 112 laps in, we're going to bring up another race summary here. We've got 111 laps in the books. We still are only sitting at 4 lead changes. And I think the great thing to note is out of 112 laps, even though it shows 1 ahead, out of 111 laps completed here, we've only had 3 cautions for 11 laps. So that right there shows that the drivers did have a little bit of early on, had to get used to the car, but now I think they pretty well figured out how these things drive on the long run. Right now we're going to take a look and see at laps led. Right now, I think the fact that stands out the most right now, out of these 112 laps now in the books, the 99 has led 104 of those laps.
He's put on a dominating performance here, Art.
Well, we knew last week that he had the short run speed at Vegas, but with that being a 1.5 mile track, it fell off on the long run. But with this being a short track, I think 99 might actually be, as much as I despise saying this, he might feel just as at home as Kevin Harvick has the past couple weeks, as he watching Atlanta and Vegas. I didn't get to watch any of the Cup race today, so I have no idea who won it, but hopefully it was not Harvick again, as we've got a battle now with the 76 Josh Jones and the 20 of Brian Den. We got the one of Kevin Burris on pit road right now, so we're starting to see some green flag pit stops taking place.
Something else to touch on with the leader, Eric Mick, he doesn't have anybody out there challenging him either, so he's able to save some on those Goodyear Eagles and not pushing it near as hard as Corey Brown is actually pushing it to even get to where he's at now after that big slide. That is another factor that's counting in those big leads.
Well, right now I think, like I stated before, I think the 99 right now, this is probably right in his wheelhouse of what he feels comfortable doing with the car and the track. It's the perfect combo, and as we see with a 2.4 second lead and growing, he's just absolutely checking out. He's led 108 laps now here out of the 116 completed, so we might see unless something happens late on in the race and we end up going with a very short run, and we might see somebody have something to challenge the 99 with. I think as long as we stay green flag here and everything goes good on his pit stop, the 99 seems to be the car that everybody's going to have to beat tonight.
No, most definitely.
And we have yet another retiree out of the race here, the one of Kevin Burris. He has brought that machine behind the wall. They're going to put that one on the hauler as well and send that one off to Auto Club for next week's race. Focus once again shifts back to the 76. Right now everybody is so spread out, there's not really that much going on. It's pretty much follow the leader for the most part. We get a good look there at that 20 GoPro machine of Brian Den. See the 4 of Caleb Thompson back there, the 97 there of Ryan Nolan. And I think the good thing to know is I will not have to, as of right now, do any sheet metal work to that 76 machine or the 77. Both of those are out of my race table there. Both have been painted by, I forget what I used to call it, I think it's Chaotic Customs, something like that. We've got the 23 of Corey Brown on pit road, so that's one of the first of the top 10 drivers to see make their way down pit road. So now we're going to see some of these faster guys making their way in for hopefully the last stop of the race here, provided we stay green flag the rest of the way out.
Art, I wish we could have captured Corey down pit road. That was an all-star pit. I didn't realize his pitting. He was right behind Seth, and I thought he was going to challenge him, and all of a sudden he pulled off on the pits. Very good job getting in. He didn't slide through. He's actually getting in pit stop fairly well.
Now the interesting thing to note is you can see 2 separate yellow lines there at the end of the pit road. The first one is not the commitment line. The second one, after you go past the water buffaloes, that is where you have the actual commitment cones. So the first one is kind of like a reference line that runs out there just past the water buffaloes, right. They come through turns 3 and 4, right there. You can see it with the orange, where the cone would sit naturally, but the actual commitment line is behind the safer barrier on the inside of the road there. We continue to watch the 97, the 20, the 76, and the 4 here.
And if you'll keep it on them, Corey Brown is about to fly by.
Well, as he's got those fresh Goodyear Eagles, it should be no challenge whatsoever, as he's going to easily motor around the 4. He's on the inside of the 76 here, and he should easily clear the 20 as they go through 1 and 2 here, as well as the 97 of Ryan Nolan. Now that right there is just a prime example of new versus old, because now we see the 76 trying to make a look at the inside of the 20. Not quite able to do it yet, as he's going to try again here in 3 and 4. See if he can take that spot away. Right now the 20 high on the outside group. That will give the spot to the 76. So move Josh Jones up to P6, as Caleb Thompson was also able to make it around the 20. So that'll put Caleb in 7th and the 20, Brian head back to 8th. We get a look there at the 75 of Robert Barris. You can see all that front end damage there. He's not down on power, but right now, with everything that's happened, we got the 24 and the 16 on pit road right now. Looking at the scoreboard right now, Robert Barris from the 75 is being scored in the 11th position right now. So now we see the 4 of Caleb Thompson looking to the inside, and he's going to take that spot away from the 76 of Josh Jones. Josh tries to do the crossover on the straightaway. It's not going to happen as we get a quick look here at the 95 of Caleb Finn. As we see Josh still trying to get back underneath the 4 of Caleb Thompson. Now that's the exchange for 6th spot there, as Caleb took P6 away from the 76. Meanwhile, we've got a battle here for 10th, as the 75 has gotten around 95, or the 28. No, excuse me, the 95 Caleb Finn for 10th spot, is now he's going to try and set his sights on the 6 of Rodney Kramer for 9th position.
We had a car on the wall there, and Ryan Nolan, he about lost it, kept it down. He nosed it into the inside wall, bounced it off the inside wall on the left side, and kept going. No caution, but it was a heck of a hit to the left front of that car.
I think something to note now is we're starting to see the gap shrinking a little bit between the 99 and the 21. It was at one point almost 2.5 seconds, and now it's down to 1.8. So Jason DeVries starting to reel in the 99 as we are 47 laps to go here at Phoenix International Raceway with the Diehard Racing JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series. We want to thank everybody tonight for tuning in. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. Next week, once again, we will be live on the portal as these guys take to the track at Auto Club Speedway. We've got a caution on this speedway here. And once again, that's going to fall on the 28 of Adam Nowinski. He just cannot catch a break tonight. This is undoubtedly what all the drivers wanted. And I think this is about what I said would be what is going to be equalized if something happened late in the race.
There was all but one car, or a few cars hoping for that. That's the guys that have taken the pits early. Corey Brown, we seen come down earlier, and is not going to help him at all.
As we were watching here the replay on the 28 of Adam Nowinski, you see right now everything looking good. He's in between the 16 and the 95, and once again it looks almost the same exact spot he hit the first time. Comes down and makes contact again with almost a mirror image. That Downey Tide machine hitting almost the same exact spot on the safer barrier there in the dogleg. Meanwhile, all the lead cars coming down pit road here. See the 99, the 77, the 21 in their boxes. See the 22, the 4 ready to go down and away. 21's gonna win the race off of pit road as he gets by the 99 of Eric Mick there, so that's gonna be a upset there on pit road as Jason DeVries wins the race off of pit road. We see the 23 of Corey Brown stop there on the inside of the dog leg there. There he is. He was the lucky dog, so he had to wait for everybody to, he's gonna have to DTE there, which once you lucky dog, it's a drop to end, and he had to wait for the leaders to get by before he could get into the pits. Otherwise, he would get black flagged for pitting before he was allowed to. So that would explain why him and a few other cars were low and slow there in the dog leg. But it looks like as things are going to shake out here through the top 10, once again, the biggest story here, the 21 of Jason DeVries winning the race off of pit road. He's going to inherit the top spot here as they get ready to restart the race. We're going to see several cars opting to stay out for the wave around. The 99 of Eric Mick will restart in second position. The 4 of Caleb Thompson in third. The 22 of Joshua Stewart fourth. The 76 of Josh Jones, he will be restarting fifth. The 77 of Seth Schultz sixth. The 6 of Rodney Kramer in seventh. The 95 of Caleb Finn in eighth. The 23 of Corey Brown ninth. And Robert Barris in the 75 will round up the top 10. As we go into a quick summary here now, we've had 5 lead changes, 132 laps in the books, and we are working our 4th caution of the night here. As it will be 42 laps to go as Jason takes the stripe this time by.
All right, I just got out of a meeting there with the 4 of Caleb Thompson as he had moved up several spots. He did play some pit games. He said that his crew knocked it out of the park for him, and then he did flirt with getting a speeding penalty getting out of that box. He said he got up to about 52, 53 miles per hour.
And as they're double up for the restart, before we get them back underway here, a quick update on the car count here. Both the 97 of Ryan Nolan and the 28 of Adam Lewinsky, they have both taken their machines behind the wall. They're loaded on the hauler, and they are going to be set in Fort Lauderdale Club next week. Unfortunate for both of them, but as the pace car is getting ready to dive down pit road here, Jason DeVries is going to lead us into the restart. Let's see if Jason is going to get the jump on the start. As he's going to do so, green flag going to come out. Great jump there by the 21 machine as he's able to clear the 99, and we are back green flag racing here at Phoenix International. 41 laps remaining here.
Jason with a big jump out of the gate. He's kind of got Eric Mick there at the beginning of this run. 4 of Caleb Thompson actually putting a little pressure on the 99 machine as well.
And you got to wonder, you see the 77 there, Seth Schultz looks like he might have tapped the wall there coming out of 4. You got to wonder, has Jason just been riding along the entire time and then all of a sudden decided to go time now, seeing how we are in 40 laps here? And we've seen that Jason has had the consistency on the long runs here. Or is this going to put the 99 in a position where he's going to potentially have to overdrive the car? And we know Jason is the master of making people have to overdrive him to catch him. And then by the time you've caught the person you're trying to get around, getting around him becomes way more of an ordeal than you ever wanted it to be.
I don't know, Art. 99's caught back up to Jason DeVries already. He is almost bumper to bumper there with him. I don't know if Jason, we know he takes it easy, and then but at the same time, the 99's fast. He's really fast. It'd be interesting to see with the car in front of him. We know that the clean track in front of him is a little bit easier on the spirits for you, but we'll see how he does here. As long as he don't beat himself, I think he's the only person to beat him tonight. He's my pick.
I'll tell you what, if Luce is fast, then Corey Brown is definitely the fastest. As you were talking there, we saw Corey once again absolutely dirt tracking it off of turn 4, but we've seen Corey do it a million times. We saw him with that amazing save early on in the race, but once again, he was absolutely plumb sideways coming off of turn 4. Let's see if it happens again this time. He's able to actually keep the car under control. But, like I said, Corey's the kind of guy, when that car starts breaking loose, I think he starts cracking a big ear-to-ear grin when it does it.
Oh, you know he does, Art.
And Corey gets the wall there. Doesn't look like he hit it too hard, but it was enough to knock that car sideways a little bit. So maybe the car got a little bit too free for him, but nonetheless, he did not lose any positions over that, but he did lose a little bit of time off of the 77, but I expect that he'll easily be able to make that back up, as we know Corey loves it.
As the 99 is taking a look underneath the 21 right now as you speak, Art.
As we see them in turn 3 here, with Jason DeVries up on the high line. Eric Mick there on the low line. Jason's going to come down and say, if you want to pass it, you're going to have to earn it. And he's able to hold him off so far as they come back down into turn one. Beautiful job by the 21, sliding back down and taking the racing line away from the 99. So let's see if the 99 is going to fire back as he does so here through the trial. We'll try and gain some speed on the 21, but this is what I said right here. Jason is about as skilled as it gets. I'd put him right up there at the top with like Robert and Seth, some of the other fast guys that are running direct drive wheels. And Jason, though, in particular, he is the one that will put thousands and thousands and thousands of laps on a car. So if anybody knows how a car is going to handle, it's going to be that 21 team.
Yeah, Art. Jason, he's one of those guys that's fast. He's really good. He's also very helpful to other drivers that, you know, might be struggling as the 99 gets a little loose there off the apron. He can put it in my terms, and we all know what that means. A little bit. I'm not as fluential when it comes to some of the racing terms as far as the setups go, but Jason, he'll help you out. You don't mind.
To keep it family friendly, Jason can do it like painting by numbers when it comes to explaining the car. I'm not as far as you are either. Jason's pretty much the Bob Ross of explaining how a car works, both oval side and road side. He's helped, and even when it comes to dirt track, I mean, the quarter midget is probably my worst car when it comes to dirt. Jason threw me into a practice session with it and got me out there running some laps, and before I knew it, I got comfortable with the car and started turning some decent lap times with it. As we see once again, he is still under fire by the 99, but he's able to quash every attempt that the 99 has made so far to try and get around the 21, as we are now down to 30 laps to go here at Phoenix International Raceway.
I think Robert put it best the other day, Art. He hasn't finished as well in the past few races as we normally see him, and tonight we saw him get the wall and he got a damaged car. But we have some fast drivers in the league right now, as the 99 is underneath the 21 again in turn one.
And once again, it's not going to stick as of yet. And I think another interesting fact to note on the 21, Jason drives with an Oculus Rift, so he's able to see, like, if he's behind a car, and he's explained that as well. He's very in-depth and very, very knowledgeable when it comes to explaining pretty much anything. I think he can tell you how to open a can with extreme precision. As we see the 99 trying to save it down there on the apron, he does a great job, but that is going to sacrifice a lot of time. As we see the 4 of Caleb Thompson, he gets loose as he had to check up for the 99. Caleb is able to maintain car control there of the 4 machine. That right there is exactly what Jason wanted to see, is both cars now have lost time to the 21 as he's opened up almost a second gap on the 99. So the 4, he caught a little bit of the wall there going down the front stretch, but once again with that
Caution's
rip,
out, caution's out,
another caution
stay
on
fuel.
the track here. This will be on the 96 of Josh Gallagher. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what happened with him. We back it up a little bit. Here's the 96, you see him behind the 11. Got the 95 of Caleb Finn behind him. They come through the dog leg into turn 3 here. Everything's looking good so far. You see, it looks like the 95 is trying to make a pass. He just gets in there and gets him a little loose, and he locks it down. Barely misses the water buffaloes there, but that is enough to bring out the caution here. And that is definitely going to set us up for a very interesting final 20-some-odd laps, as everybody's going to come down pit road for some fresh tires. Probably, we might see some 2-tire stops here, but in my opinion, the safe bet would be 4 tires, no fuel.
Art, this is the time to watch the race off pit road, as we see Jason able to hold off the 99 as he, I believe, squeezed him down there a little bit and won. He didn't cut him off, but he did squeeze him, and the 99 did get on the apron and lose a little bit, and seeing the little issue there with him and the 4. This is going to be very interesting to see if 21 can beat everybody off pit road again, as well as Corey Brown's got that first pit road.
As we see all the drivers there, 21's down and away. He is going to win the race off of pit road there, so no surprise there. As we see the 76, Josh Jones, he's going to come out in third, I believe, is the actual winner. Yeah, it's the second. The 75 Robert Barris is staying out right now.
Well, like the 77, Seth Schultz may have missed his pit stall by just a little bit as he had to make some corrections inside the pit box.
And so there we see the 75 Robert Barris staying out to lead a lap there. Now there is a bonus point for doing that, so there is good reason to go out there and sacrifice the position. If you know that you're not going to win the race, you can at least go out there and snatch some bonus points there, as I'm going to double check and confirm and look on the scoreboard here that was in fact Robert's only lap led of the night, but right now it's still showing 0, so he did not get that lap led, so he was trying to stay out there and get the lap led, but not going to happen, as right now we look at the laps led. We've got Rodney Kramer with 1 in the books. We've got the 23 of Corey Brown with 6. Our current race leader, the 21 of Jason DeVries with 20 laps, soon to be 21 here. And the mind-blowing one, though, the 99 of Eric Mick with 123 laps led here out of the 175 scheduled for tonight's race. Now this is going to set us up for an interesting restart here, as hopefully the lights on the pace car are going to go out. As they do so, we're going to double the field up. Jason DeVries is going to restart with the lead. Josh Jones in the 76 will be restarting from second spot. The 7 of Paul Williams will restart third. The 99 of Eric Mick fourth. 22 of Joshua Stewart fifth. Caleb Thompson the fourth. 6th. 77 of Seth Schultz seventh. The 16 of Elliott Butler eighth. The 95 of Caleb Finn 9th, and Josue Tels is going to round up the top 10.
All right, I don't know what's going on with the 23 captain Corey Brown, but he came down again, and now he's being scored, I think, 15th.
Another thing that's interesting to note here is the leader does have lane choice, and you notice that the 21 shows the top side. As we get ready for the Mustang pace car to make its way down pit road, we will restart this race with 22 laps remaining. So now this is going to stick the 93 of Eric Mick in third spot. As we see Jason jump, green flag is out. We're back underway. 22 laps to go here at Phoenix International. That was a brilliant move there by the 21 of Jason DeVries, as he used 76 as a pick against the 99. As now we see the drivers behind him are going to fan out through the dogleg as they try to make it around. Hopefully we don't see some aggressive racing happen here in the latter finishing stages here of the race. I want to see this one finish under a green flag and see the strategies. We see these guys double file as they barrel down the front stretch into turn 1.
Yeah, the 99 actually fell back to fourth there as he's looking underneath the 7 of Paul Williams now, trying to gain some position back from that pick.
Meanwhile, we also have a battle going on between the 16 of Elliott Butler and the 77 of Seth Schultz, who's looking hard in turn 1 and 2. Now we've got the 22 of Josh Stewart. He's going to try and look to the inside of the 7 of Paul Williams. As we see Caleb Thompson forced up to the high groove there. Now that's going to sacrifice the position there. 77 of Seth Schultz, he's going to be able to make it down on the inside to the tri-oval. Let's see if the 16 of Elliott Butler can follow through the pass as well. This is all for 6th position there as the 77. He is going to pick up the 6th spot. He's going to drop the 4 back to 7th, and the 16 there trying to capitalize on it. Now we see battle between the 99.
24 of Josue Tellez, 95 and 23 of Corey Brown.
As we see the 99 of Eric Mick has made it around the 76 of Josh Jones. That was for 2nd spot. As it'll be 18 laps to go as they cross the stripe this time. I think the gloves are going to come off now, and we're going to see some hockey fighting, but only this is going to be with race cars.
The 4 almost lost it there. All right, that was a heck of a save by Caleb Thompson, and the 77 Seth Schultz was able to get around, as well as Elliott able to get around, and Corey Brown is now making his charge on the 4 car.
So we also see now the 20 of Brian Dent looking at the inside of the 95 of Caleb Finn as they come off of turn 4 here. Right now, Josue Tellez being scored in the 10th position as we've got Brian Dent diving into the inside of the 95. That'll be for 11. And we've got a battle for the lead going on now. So we see the 99 of Eric Mick has closed the gap. He's up there on the back bumper of the 21 of Jason DeVries. 16 laps to go at the line here. Let's see if Eric can get around that 21. So we see him drive it hard in the corner there. We saw a little bit of counter steering there. He was hard on the brakes. It does take a lot to load these cars up to get them to go into turn 1, as you are carrying so much speed as these cars are so short geared here. As they come through 3 and 4, he's going to try and look on the low side, but if Jason's going to stay high, that's going to open the opportunity. See if Eric can make the pass stick as they go down into 1 and 2 here.
21's going to pinch him down here, gets a little bit art, and not allow that run off. As the 99 drops down in the dog leg. But I want to keep calling that the trial myself.
It's catchy, and as right now we see the 99 has cleared the 21, but let's see if Jason can do the crossover here. He's got the inside as they come into turn 1 and 2, but can Jason motor back around the 99? I think we're going to see some intense battling going on here, as we're going to be coming up on 10 laps to go here in a few laps. I think the 21 might back off a little bit, let the 99 kind of run out there and burn it up a little bit, and then we might see within probably about 5 or 6 to go, 21's going to be knocking on that door and claiming the spot there. So we see once again back there a little bit of a bobble by the 23 of Corey Brown as he came off the turn 4 there, but that's definitely right in the style of Corey's driving abilities there. We've seen it throughout the entire race. He's been able to keep a loose car under control.
Not to play devil's advocate with the art, but I believe that 99 is going to check out for Jason. I think Jason knew he had to keep him behind him as fast as he is on the short runs and even on the long run to have a chance. I believe Jason knew he had to keep him in there. That's why he run him so hard, pitched him down in places. Hopefully keep him back there, but he was still able to make him around. He is starting to walk the way.
I'll tell you another driver who's definitely on the move, though, the 23 of Corey Brown. He has moved his way up to 8th place, and he is continuing to keep marching forward as now he's on the inside of the 16 of Elliott Butler and the 7 of Paul Williams. This is going to be 3 wide out of turn 4 here. The 16 gets the wall. Caleb Thompson gets a piece of that, so he had nowhere to go. So Corey Brown now up to 6th position. So Corey's definitely on the move here as it's 11 laps to go. And now we see the 24 of Josue Tellez is going to try and look to the inside of the 7 of Paul Williams. Not able to do so, as meanwhile behind, we got the 20 of Brian Dent looking to the inside of the 16 of Elliott Butler there. We see a little bit of a wiggle there from the 4 machine. We're going to see if these guys can make the passes stick. And I think if we're going to see anything happen, it's going to be back here right around the back half of the top 10 here, as we are now 10 laps to go. And
While you're focused there, Eric has stepped up to the 2nd lead.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right there, and that 99 machine, we've seen he's been the class of the field all night, and I honestly don't think anybody has anything for him tonight. I think we finally found the right one. Now it looks like we're going to have a battle going on for 2nd spot between the 21 and the 22. That'll be Jason DeVries and Joshua Stewart. It's going to be 8 laps to go now as we are under. I love it when we get down to the single digits, because this is when we see some of the best racing here with these guys. 175 laps may not seem like a lot, but when you're running as hard as you are on a track as loose as this, and with the car just ill handling and everything that's going on, this is one heck of a amount of distance to go here. We're gonna look a little further back. We see the 77 trying to make the move on the 76 here. He's got the run off of turn 4. He's gonna look to the inside going into turn 1. And he's going to easily, he had it there, but now we're gonna see him, see the 76 pinching him down a little bit there. That's 2.
Pinching down and got a good run off of 1.
All I want to say is I don't want to see those 2 cars make contact with each other, because if they do, that's 2 cars that I have to repair before they go on to Auto Club. Those are both my cars sitting right there.
Art, something I just noticed, and this is just dumb for me, but we got the 21 and 22, and then we got the 76 and 77. That's second through 4th. It's just odd that the numbers are lined up the way they're running.
Now add some more irony in here. If I, well, there's got to be 2 factors. One, and this being the key one, if I had the talent to drive as fast as these guys. And 2, if I was in the sim and I was behind Seth, it'd be the 76, the 77, and the 78. So look at this. We see the 23 of Corey Brown. He has made his way up to 6. Now he's going to try here with 5 laps, coming to 4 laps to go, see if he can take away pit spot from the 77 of Seth Schultz, and possibly even the 4th spot of Joshua Jones, as we see him go high through turns 3 and 4. That's going to open it up once again for the 77, and that's exactly what Corey wants to see here.
Looked like 76 was Josh Jones in that Camar car. He looked like he overshot that turn just a little bit. It's easy to do when 77 is right on your bumper.
And Corey down to the bottom there. He's going to try and make the move here in turn 3. See if he can get the nose under. Right now they are pretty much door to door as they come off of turn 4. Corey loose is crazy there. And Corey's got 3 laps to try and get a couple positions here. Right now there's a 2.2 second gap between the 99 of Eric Mick, your race leader, and the 2nd place car, the 21 of Jason DeVries, as it is continuing to grow. So there'll be 2 laps to go here at Phoenix. We already know that unless something absolutely puzzling happens to the 99, that he's got this one pretty much bagged, tagged, and sealed. Because right now, I think the battle that we're going to be watching here is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here, as it will be white flag as the 99 comes around this time to take it.
We got the 22 challenging Jason DeVries on the outside of the 21 machine for 2nd place right now as they enter turn 1.
And right now we see the 22 had it there, but he had to go high up the track as Jason's going to dive down into the dog leg here. Let's see if he carries enough momentum to keep that 22 at bay. As right now we see the checker flag is out, which means the 99 has won. We've got the battle. Oh, contact between the 2 as they make it across. They both were able to keep car control. It's a good thing that wall was there, because that saved the 22 of Joshua Stewart. So the top 3 will be obviously the 99 of Eric Mick with the race win, the 21 of Jason DeVries 2nd, and the 22 of Joshua Stewart 3rd. As we saw the 22 get loose there coming off of turn 4.
Just out of camera art, Seth had made the pass on the 76 of Josh Jones, and the 76 didn't get checked up in time in that last turn and got in the back of Seth Schultz, allowing the 23 to pass both of them.
That definitely was exactly the way I wanted to see this race turn out. We finished it under green, and we can see it's happening right now. We've got our race winner, the 99 of Eric Mick, burning it down at the line. And his festivities are done there, so we are going to go ahead and bring in our 3rd place finisher, Cody. He's all yours.
Joshua Stewart, you got us up here?
Yeah, I got you guys.
How about that finish? I and Jason were battling hard there coming to the stripe. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I picked up throttle a little bit too quick there, and Just got a little loose there. I thought I would maybe get by him, but just didn't have enough there.
Well, it was most definitely fun watching you run him down there toward the end. We was keeping an eye on you, and you definitely caught him. And it was unfortunate you got a little loose there, but y'all put on a heck of a show the last lap.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was adjusting my brake bias all night, and finally got in a rhythm there and got hitting the marks, and got to move up from, I think I started there around 11th or 10th. So pretty good night.
Yes, sir. And did have a good run there towards the end. Is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank American Hero Hunt for putting on the show, and thanks to my brother watching on YouTube, Matt Stewart.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight with JMR Outdoor here at Phoenix.
Thank you.
All right, after Cody completely butchered that interview there, we're sorry about that. That was our third place finisher there, the 22 of Joshua Stewart. Now we're going to bring in our second place finisher, the 21 of Jason DeVries. All right, Jason, tell us about that last lap there. We were watching it, and that was definitely one heck of a finish.
I really don't know. He had a good run up top, and we were both struggling for grip off of 4. And I don't know if I squeezed him or if he got loose or what. But next thing I know, I was a little bit sideways, and hopefully I didn't squeeze him because that would have been weeks in a row. And one of these days, karma's going to come back and get me.
Now, Cody took care of that interview, and he did confirm that he got on the throttle a little bit too soon coming off of 4, which got him loose, and that's where the car contact was made. So karma will not come back to affect you. But I think the thing that we really need to talk about tonight is did anybody have anything for the 99 car? He was class of the field leading 138 out of the 175 laps here. I mean, we know, as I've termed you, Bill Nye, the science guy of iRacing here. If anybody can explain it, it would be you.
Hey, if anyone had anything for him, it sure wasn't me. That's for sure. He was in a class of his own in the short run. Long runs after about 30 laps or so, we kind of evened off, but he was really good at adapting to the track. So when we got in those 2 long runs, I'd find something and gain a tenth or two, and then the next 3 laps I'd be chasing myself and I'd lose 2 tenths. So I don't really know how the last third of a fuel run would have played out, but in terms of the short run, he was absolutely the fastest. The only reason why I got in front was he had a really bad pit stop in one of the cycles, and that's what led me by.
Well, we definitely saw the race get off to a little bit of a rocky start, which we figured it was going to happen, and then we saw some great green flag runs, and luckily we were able to finish this race under green. We saw great battles between 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We were hoping that we were going to see you up to challenging for it, but like you said, nobody had anything for the 99. He was in a league of his own tonight. You brought it home second. Great points night. Is there anybody out there that you'd like to thank?
Not just everyone puts the lead together each and every day. It's a tireless job, but we appreciate everything you guys do.
All right, once again, congratulations on your second, and we'll see you next week at Auto Club.
Thanks, guys.
That was our second place finisher, the 21 of Jason DeVries. Now we're going to bring in tonight's race winner and dominator, the 99 of Eric Mick. All right, Eric, you dominated tonight at Phoenix. You led 138 out of 175 laps, and you brought home the victory. That's got to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah, happy with the way I was able to put together an entire race here. I've been struggling with that at this track in recent races, so it was good to be able to do that.
Well, it definitely looks like you found your wheelhouse tonight, as we just interviewed the 21 of Jason DeVries, and he said that there was nobody that had anything for you. I know we saw last week at Vegas, you were very fast on the short run, and on the long run, the car just seemed to fade away. But with this just being a shorter track, and I think everything just lined up perfectly. It was a textbook race. We saw the pass that you made there in the closing laps. Jason is probably one of the people that'll run you the hardest, but he'll run you the cleanest that he can. And there was a little bit of contact between him and the 22 coming to the line, but you checked out, you signed, sealed, delivered it, victory in the books. Maximum points tonight here as next week we move to finish the West Coast swing as we go to Auto Club with a win in the books. That's always got to be a great feeling. Is there anybody out there that you would like to thank?
I want to thank Seth, everyone who admins this league, American Hero Hunt for the sponsor of the series, and you guys for coming out and broadcasting. And yeah, Jason, he's competitive getting onto pit road, let alone what he does when you're racing out on track. So it's fun to be able to race with guys that are that good and that clean here in this league and be able to come out on top.
All right, well, once again, congratulations on the race win. Hopefully you can pull a twofer and we interview you again in Victory Lane next week as we move to Auto Club.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited for Auto Club, one of my favorite tracks to race at here.
All right, that was our race winner, the 99 of Eric Mick, which leads us into tonight's results. Obviously, with the dominating win with a 2.8 second gap between him and second, the 99 of Eric Mick is going to be your race winner. The 21 of Jason DeVries is going to come home in P2. Joshua Stewart in the 22 will be our third place finisher. I think the biggest thing that we need to note here out of the top 10, look who ended up finishing fourth. The 23 of Corey Brown. Seth Schultz in the 77 will be our fifth place finisher. The 76 of Joshua Jones will bring it home sixth. The 7th of Paul Williams will finish it out in seventh position. Great job by the 24 team of Josue Tellez tonight, bringing it home eighth. The 20 of Brian Den will bring it home ninth. Caleb Thompson is going to round out the top 10 here. As we move a little bit further back, 11th is going to go to the 95 of Caleb Finn. The 16 of Elliott Butler is going to bring it home 12th. The 6 of Rodney Kramer will be your 13th place finisher. The 96 of Josh Gallagher, 14th. Robert Barris, after getting loose in turn 1 and heavily damaging the front of that 75 machine, he will finish in P15. The 11 of Jeremy Evans will roll it home 16th. The 50 of Jeffrey Meyer, 17th. The 97 of Ryan Nolan, 18th. Adam Nowinski in the 28, 19th. Kevin Burst in the 1 is going to round out the top 20. And finishing out the field tonight will be the 68 of James Brown in 21st. Now, Mike, Cody, that was one heck of a race. Any final words before we put this one in the books and we move on to next week at Auto Club and finish out the West Coast swing?
Art, it was a great race. It was a great show for JMR. And I'm looking forward to Auto Club, but there's a lot of guys in here that really like that track. I know it's one of my personal favorites, and we got a lot of fast guys. We got Eric, our winner tonight, said it was his favorite track. So I'll be looking for him back up front, hopefully, and some of these other guys that we know that are really fast at that track.
Well, the thing that I like the most about the West Coast swing is we've got three different styles of track. We've got Vegas being a 1.5 mile track. We've got Phoenix here being just over a mile. And then we've got Auto Club clocking in at a 2-mile track. So we got all the flavors minus super speedway racing, even though Auto Club does drive like a super speedway. But as you had stated, the 99, our race winner tonight, that Auto Club's one of his favorite tracks. We've seen in the past that the 75 of Robert Barris has been dominant there. We can't rule out the 77 of Seth Schultz, the 21 of Jason DeVries, the 23 of Corey Brown. There's a lot of new talent that's coming to the league this season. I mean, there's just so many variables. I can't even go into next week and put a pick on who's going to win next week's race, because honestly, there's just so much new talent that's come in here and has actually given some of our veterans a run for their money here.
Yeah, Art, I'm in that same boat with you. I believe it's going to come down to who's going to practice the most next week. We know that Jason turns a lot of laps, and you got Caleb turning a lot of laps, and Robert turns a ton of laps in these cars. I don't know much about some of the new guys. I'm hoping that I will learn more about them and how they prepare for a race. But I believe it's going to come down to who's practicing and who's learning more about that tire wear, as we know that at Auto Club, saving can win you a race.
That it can. And as we wrap things up here, we want to thank everybody on the iRacing Live portal for tuning in tonight. If you like what you guys saw tonight, hit that like and subscribe button, as we will be live once again next week as the Diehard Racing League's JMR Outdoors American Hero Hunt Cup Series finishes the West Coast swing at Auto Club. And we will also be live tomorrow night with the Cyber Racing Association's Monday Night Super Speedway Series. We have two races to finish out their season, and then we will be picking them up for full season. And as always, tune in on Saturday nights as we go live with Cyber Racing once again for their Homes Now Not Later Super Speedway Series. But for everybody here at Diehard Racing League, JMR Outdoors, and Diehard Live TV, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.